No matter what kind of relationship, for instance, my relationship with my family, or even more specifically my dad, best friends and even boyfriends, I've never had the best of luck. I've always found myself being a person in their life that they can just leave and never talk to again. No matter how close we became, it's been hard. I never knew how to deal with it, but because of all that happening in my life, I became someone who had problems talking to people. I was so worried about what I said and if it was the right thing to say, so I barely talked because I didn't want them to do what everyone else seems to do and just leave me behind. I didn't know what was so wrong with me. I got to a place recently in the past couple months where I lost everything and everyone. I felt so alone. I had all my friends taken from me and was being treated like crap by someone who I cared so much for. I ended up in the hospital after trying to end my life. I think Dennis heard about some of it. He was there for me from that day on, and I've always gone out to Dennis's house every Saturday night with the youth. He truly is a blessing to the community. He led me to accepting Christ into my heart. Okay. Along with many others. He introduced me to Tracy and Bobby, who then could see how hurt I was. They tried to help me. Within seconds of meeting Bobby, the Lord told him exactly what was going on in my life. With my relationships, with people and family. It was spot on. And then Tracy took me over to a horse and gave me a session. It was absolutely amazing what had happened. The Lord showed her through the horse how I felt stuck and I couldn't keep going. Then I matched my breath up with the horse and I felt so much peace. All of a sudden I heard God tell me to just keep going. It was life-changing from there on out. I've been focusing on what's happening today, not what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow. Just focusing on the moment. Before Tracy left, God told her she needed to do the identity training on me, and it was exactly what I needed. I seen myself as all these horrible things. I was so hard on myself, and it made me realize I'm perfect in every way. I'm one of God's children. I see myself in every way God sees me, and I learned how to worship God, have faith in Him, and to believe, and to not doubt in Him. I want to thank my Lord Jesus Christ for all He is doing in my life, and I want to give Him all the glory.
Amen. So that day that He did that was powerful. So that day that you were out there, and I asked you, and this is from my I Can Finish Well book, right? So people understand what the identity training is. And I wrote a book back in 2003, and I've done this program for a long time. And it's where I ask them to tell me what they see when they look in the mirror. And were you surprised when I asked that question, what actually came up?
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty, was it?
No.
At all.
Not pretty.
I know. I think Dennis, he saw them and he was like, oh my gosh, she said, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once we corrected that, was that a big deal for you? And we
Yeah.
just said, hey, this is the ticker tape that's going on in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
But this is not the truth. This is. What did it do for you that day when we changed the labels that you were putting on yourself?
Like, I felt good about myself. I felt like not so hard and not so drained and not so like
Heavy.